Yes, it leads to those weird situations where there's conflict of interests, and that is basically the summary of everything in the OS: a sequence of conflicting interests.
Pretty much. So yeah, this kind of area is naturally like a tutorial for the kind of actiony parts of the game.
Also, why do you start off with a hunting knife?
That I don't know, and I legit couldn't tell you why.
Okay, here's a hypothesis. It's his trophy from the first serial killer he took down. This knife has been used to murder a lot of cheerleaders, and it is now my trophy.
That's again not a bad shout. From what I understand of this character, that is possible.
Okay. That was me just trying to be weird at that time. Not the previous times, just then. But the fact that you're not calling me out, and it's making me a little concerned about this. And now we've activated profiling based upon some light in the trees.
Yeah. Essentially, this
Looks
is
like we're being welcomed.
It's like the profiling is the kind of the investigation part of it, right? So when you're kind of roaming around the crime scene or an area, you see there these kind of like keys pop down the bottom of the screen. So essentially, when you find these 3 pieces of evidence, you start like putting everything together. Hence, why you have the kind of flashing imagery there. You can't hear there, but there's a dog barking in the background, and then it suddenly just
I can hear it.
Gets killed off. Strangely.
No, so, yeah, I can still hear that dog. It's barking.
Yep.
Oh, that dog's not happy anymore.
That dog is very dead.
I mean, it's not that he's dead yet, but.
But they have it.
Oh, there's the blood.
Yep.
That dog looks like it's been dead for more than a few seconds.
Well, there's your answer. Look.
There's clearly nothing there.
Well, this is the idea. It's kind of like it's like the kind of like initial like welcome to Silent Hill moment where like, oh, we're in a creepy place, I don't like it, and the kind of the tension kind of builds up from there. So I like how this kind of like set a stall off already in this section, but yeah,
the weird part is it could be that, or it could be just his concussion, the brain injury he got when he crashed his car, and this is not helping.
No,
zombies.
okay,
You're
right.
Cool, sure, why not? That's not help. Like, what's more likely, that you've wandered into a town that has zombies, or you are severely concussed?
Yeah, which one is more possible? The zombies exist, or you have brain damage? I know which one I'm going to go for.
Well, for one thing, to add to the... Oh, sorry, no, it's not raining indoors. From the moment there, I thought it was, but you're just stealing some pickles that you found in a shed.
It's a health item.
You know, I've heard that some cops are kleptomaniacs as... But you know what? We've established this guy has some less than ideal coping mechanisms for presumably a hyper stressful job. So you know, why not throw some kleptomania on there anyway? He's just like he's stolen a random steel pipe around now, some like kinds of food. He might like steal a button cover from that machine.
So again, the curious thing is that like, oh, the electricity seems to have upset people. There you go. There's your zombie. Yes, walk towards the zombie. Oh, there we go. Isn't that a happy face?
I mean, Jesus tap dancing fucking Christ, dude. That's that's some weird ass fucking shit, I'll be honest. Like,
yes.
you know, I have brain damage, and you know what? Listen, I've only killed 2 people so far. I have another 3 on my, you know, get out of jail FBI card. I can go 5 innocent spoken control. And the body disappeared. No body, then I get to keep all 3 remaining slots on my killing being a killing.
Yeah. Like, I think it's supposed to be like kind of infer that these are like, not as figments of his imagination, but it's kind of that thing where like, maybe it's sort of like an upside down kind of world gimmick they're doing, where like this guy can kind of see the evil in the area, and this is his way of like expressing it. But this is essentially like the action part of this game, is killing off these shadows.
Okay, I get that.
The brain damage is also very plausible.
See it, and you're also still just firing bullets.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, a lot of these bullets are facing the ground for the most part. The area's pretty low, so odds are probably getting what's going to the ground. But you're shooting bullets at things that presumably only you can see, and you know, bullets don't discriminate. They only penetrate. And
that is a great rule of law.
Very far.
No, your point is very valid, but yeah, it takes this game takes liberties. You have to be kind of on the same path as it.
Like, do you have any idea what years was set in?
No, I don't.
There were a lot of crazy situations, but
the game was released in 20.
Takes the cake.
I don't think it was initially released in 2013, but the director's cut was.
Jack,
can
you give me a logical
yeah, I think it's meant to be kind of like modern day by those terms, if that
Never mind, don't
makes
answer.
sense.
Life is fun because of the mysteries, right, Zach?
Let's see. 2010 was when it was initially released. So, I guess if you wanted to say it, it's probably not as modern as that. Maybe a little less, you know.
Right.
So, and again, that's I think that's only because like Twin Peaks was like a show in the 90s. So it's literally just like going like, well, let's just keep to the source material. So the technology is along those lines.
Okay,
so
the police have no fear of camera phones.
No. This is way beyond before then, I'd say.
Right, because I'm sure we've all seen the skits of how are police supposed to like do our jobs if we're constantly in fear of someone might, you know, record us and hold us accountable for our actions.
Yeah, exactly. Those back during quaint times when they could do whatever they want. So yes,
apparently Spooky turned off the electricity.
Yes, it just means that we can't go back.
Well, fortunately, we've stolen all the pickles already from there, so you know.
Yeah, but to be fair, we did go to this part of the of the world just to get the pickles. So mission accomplished that way.
But what supposed to barrels you didn't shoot?
Oh yeah, no, they're exploding barrels, yeah.
Typically, when you're walking past them, when you make sure they're dead, like if they're doing their death rattles, you shouldn't be putting like your body within their arm's reach.
They are very slow, so you do have that time to shoot them. But yeah, once you grab onto them, there's kind of like a mini game to wrestle back control. So yeah, you do just try and keep your distance, but like York kind of works on like tank controls, so you have to kind of keep your distance and then hopefully shoot the fuckers before they get to you. But by and large, it's just like a headshot will kill them off mostly, and some of the bigger guys like that fella there will take
you
two.
have the option of like, you know, doing some melee combat and stuff, but you have limited pistol rounds. Why would you?
Exactly, yeah.
Because you're a fucking lunatic, that's why.
Exactly, yeah. Now, to be fair, I can't say for sure if the original game had unlimited ammo. I assume so. But I suppose for the horror aspect, it might make sense that he has limited ammo. But yeah, I assume that the unlimited ammo is a perk of the director's cut.
Yeah, like no rational mind would use anything other than bullets and guns against these things. But as established, we're fucking nuts.
Yeah, we're mental.
And yeah, explosive barrels.
Confirmed. And yeah, obviously you know there the kind of the black kind of like oil puddles is where some of these shades are coming from. So I think some of them you can clean up, and some of them stay like that. So you have to basically
so like spawn points.
Yeah, spawn points, exactly. That also might explain why you have unlimited ammo. It's just a case of just battle through them as best you can until you get to the next point.
Time for the meta time.
Indeed. And you'll also notice that the items are perishable.
Yeah, so it would seem, unless you're using the unlimited gun.
Yeah, the FBI handgun is immortal because it's from the FBI. All this hick shit that's made with inferior materials.
Oh yeah, this is space age metal and bullet fabricators and everything. Where do you think their runaway military budget's gone?
True, yeah. They've all put their points in handguns, and rightfully so. Best place for them.
Stabilizer.
Yes, so you'll notice there in the top left that York has 2 health bars. Basically, one is the top one is obviously his health, and then the bottom one is his heart rate. So if you've done stuff if you're running, your heart rate goes up and things like that. And I think later on it becomes more of a factor when his mental health has been challenged a bit more and he's panicking in certain aspects. So the stabilizer is basically a healing item for the heart rate as opposed to the health. Where naturally you just have.
I just have one issue with that. You took pills off a corpse that's also a ghost.
Yep. Yeah. I don't see what your problem is, Paul. I mean, it's very simple.
I'm sorry. It looks like someone the other generators have not been this slashed, right?
No, just this one. Just this one. And again, this is somehow a clue to what's going on in the town. So yeah, the whole idea of the sequence is that the more evidence you collect, the clearer this premonition is getting, basically. So you'll see this a few times as we do our investigation.
So the levels are going to have just more and more clues, and you'll all be piecing together.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so this, if anything, this is this guy's ability is essentially be able to suss this stuff out.
Right. So based on what we have so far, we have a spooky ghost and we have a destroyed generator. This is clearly an attack of the Amish.
Exactly, the Luddites are taking over. And not before time.
Luddites and they're turning into purple mist after getting shot.
What bastards, indeed. So, like I said, this section is just for you to kind of get used to the action part of it, and then the investigations are quite straightforward, so you kind of pick to them fairly quickly. But yeah, just to get you in the mood, you know? It's like, hey, spooky game.
Okay, you just smacked the door enough times, the padlock just kind of fell off, so I can only conclude that it wasn't actually locked.
Oh no, it was. You had to kind of aim for the padlock.
Space with the spookies.
Yeah, no, you had to aim for the padlock in that point.
There's a lot of generators in here, in this area. Like these things look like they're probably powerful enough to power more than just the very next fence.
Yeah, it could very well be for the town, you don't know.
EAY 8000. I'm going to Google that brand of generators just
Please
to see
don't.
how weird this gets.
Welcome to Google Bingo, folks.
What was it? EAB or something?
EAY 8000, I think it was.
Okay.
Oh, headshot. Love it. Yeah, it's like the aiming is actually quite snug in this game. It's just that so long as you give yourself enough time to shoot the enemies, you're actually laughing. It's just when it gets to the more kind of claustrophobic areas, you kind of want the extra time.
Bunch of petrol generators. None of them exactly like that, but and those ones seem way more portable than those other ones.
Well, I suppose it's somewhat accurate. Points for effort, at least. They didn't just like make up an abbreviation. All generators.
So those might have come because I also put the word, generator in Google search because,
you cheated, basically.
That's what I was searching for, but I'll take generator and see what comes out. For EAY 8000.
Yes. Nice.
Oh,
and he died.
Alright, yeah, just found footers or speakers. There's a lot of explosive barrels, which actually, if those are all like gasoline-powered generators, then the quantity of explosive barrels would make a kind of sense.
Yeah, I think that's the whole idea of it. But yeah, like a lot of it is just like this is kind of like a kill zone area, so you can see there's a lot of gunk there on the side, and that's where your enemies are constantly spawning.
That one seems to move faster.
Yeah. So again, it depends on the type of enemy. Some of them are like heavy, some of them are actually like, travel like that.
Ooh, items.
But yeah, like, I think the whole objective here is just to kind of like, basically rattle through this part area as best you can. Or indeed, if you want to sharpen up when you're shooting, this is a good place to do it.